Hi friends, we are starting to talk about what's the possible cause of my metaplasia. Keep in mind, metaplasia is a temporary adaptation to injury and can be resolved if underlying cause is addressed. So the question is, what's the underlying cause? All right, try to identify. The whole video is about that. I will teach you how I do that. That's how I learned it in medical school. So you ask yourself two questions. Question number one about the history. When the problem in the digestive tract started, you may get an answer. For example, one person told me that 2 years ago, family went for vacation to Mexico, came back with diarrhea for 2 or 3 weeks, went to primary care physician, got the antibiotic, diarrhea get better. However, digestive tract never get better. So in this case, think that original problem was some kind of bacteria that came from the food in Mexico. And you would need to address that problem. The other possibility is, for example, person may say, oh, it started long ago when I went to college and my diet in college was pizza, pasta, beer, soda, Coca-Cola. Okay? Started to have constipation. And then as time goes by, so constipation and then diarrhea and the gas and the bloating and finally have a metaplasia. So the original problem was constipation, that the problem of constipation and inflammation in the large intestine must be addressed. Okay? So, the second one, symptoms. Pause this video and write down what kind of symptoms you have. For example, person may have pain in epigastric area, right upper quadrant, lower quadrant, could have a green stool, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, nausea, vomiting, heartburn, gassy, unpleasant taste in the mouth, blood in the stool, bile in the stomach on endoscopy, acid reflux, pain in the radiate in the back, belt type pain. Okay, it comes with pancreatitis. Pain radiates to right shoulder, gallbladder problems. Okay, write the symptoms and check. I have this, I have that, I have the other, I have this one, I have the other. And then we will start to think, or you need to start to think where those symptoms are coming from. Okay, let's go for the explanation. How problems in different organs will create metaplasia in the stomach. Now, I divided digestive tract in two parts. Esophagus and stomach is upper part, bile, gallbladder, small intestine, pancreas. You will learn why liver, liver, gallbladder, small intestine, pancreas, large intestine, and the colon in the lower. You will learn later why liver fall into a low part. Now, let's go to the blackboard for the explanation. I already pre-draw my favorite picture of digestive tract. This is the mouth with the teeth, esophagus, low esophageal sphincter between esophagus and the stomach. At the end of the stomach, pylorus between stomach and small intestine, large intestine, and we go to the bathroom right here. Now, person has metaplasia right here in the stomach. What can cause it? Number one, problems in the stomach. So I will write number one here, problems in the stomach. Number two, problems that come from the small intestine. What's in the small intestine? What kind of organs are here? The liver that drains here, liver and gallbladder drains into the small intestine. Small intestine digestive enzymes are right here. Oh, yeah, I will write liver problem number two. Let's mark it. Number three, small intestine digestive enzyme deficiency, problems in the small intestine itself. Pancreas drains here in the small intestine. I will write pancreas, and let's say it's going to be problem number four. Person may take antibiotic, like I told you in the history. So they went to Mexico and then took antibiotic. So bacteria, good and bad, lives here and helps us to digest food, and the food that get absorbed. And if it's not digested by bacteria, it can create a gas. So the problem with that bacteria due to antibiotic is number 5. And sometimes inflammation, like constipation. In the second case, with the person who has a problem with the constipation and poor diet, number 6, and poor diet from the college. Okay, so how all of this number 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6 can affect metaplasia. Okay, stomach will produce hydrochloric acid, HCl, which will dissociate to hydrogen ion and chloride anion. And this hydrogen ion will determine pH, which is very acidic in the stomach. How much acid in the stomach? Acid is here 2, pH 2. pH in the small intestine, because the juices that come from the organ number 2, 3, and 4, and also bacteria creates that, is pH in the small intestine is totally different. It is neutral. pH here is 7. Pylorus opens and closes on concentration gradient. So meaning you have to create 7 in the small intestine, -2 in the stomach, and concentration gradient is 5. If you do not create 5 between here and there, pylorus remains closed. Pylorus remains closed. Food that comes here and drops into the stomach get digested by hydrochloric acid. There is no concentration gradient because either 2, 3, or 4, 5 are not working properly. It's closed, and stomach will try to pump more hydrochloric acid and more hydrochloric acid. This acid will start to damage the lining of the stomach, and thus will become inflammation, and then it will become metaplasia. Okay? So, and sometimes even when there is a problem with the liver on gastroscopy, the results will come bile here in the stomach. So means that the problem in the liver is so severe that bile went retrograde into the stomach and created even further damage here in the stomach. Now, your job is to identify where is the problem. Is it number 1? For example, a person may have a gastritis and then have a metaplasia. Is this problem number 1 only in the stomach? Could it be problem in the organ number 2? Could it be in organ number 3, 4, 5? Or is it problem in the large intestine when there is an inflammation here? And then inflammation slowly over the years moving here into the small intestine. And eventually it's moved here into the stomach, because digestive tract is not just, one pipe here and that's it. It's a continuous digestive tract. Inflammation moves here and eventually it's metaplasia. Now, your job is to look at that picture again and try to identify where is the problem. Is it problem number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? Now, let's go to the PowerPoints again. Now, you were thinking about your symptoms and you identify, I have this, and that. So I will give you example. What kind of symptoms person will have when there is a problem with the liver? So it's going to be pain in the right upper quadrant. It could be green stool. It could be unpleasant taste in the mouth. It could be fat in the stool, or because the bile is responsible for digesting fat. It's not digested, then stool will be fatty. Bile in the stomach on endoscopy. Pain that radiates to the right shoulder. It's a problem with the gallbladder. Oh, by the way, this is my contact information as a health coach. So your job is to go and decide to do a couple things. Number 1, look at the history. Number 2, write the symptoms. And now you try to match your symptoms with the organs. How do you choose organs? You need to know deficiency of which organ will create those symptoms. I have a playlist. Videos will explain which organs will, deficiency of which organ will create what kind of symptom. So it's going to be right upper quadrant pain, it's going to be fatty stool. So you think, oh, it's a liver. Now, you will start this playlist. For example, in video number 2, you will learn about topography of digestive tract. If you will have a right upper quadrant pain, you look at the picture and you will say, this is the liver, or left upper quadrant pain, this is the large intestine inflammation. If you identify, for example, that your problem is the liver, there is a whole bunch of videos how to fix it. And they all are marked as 15A, B, C, D, and so on. Now, as you're going to do those, think about the history of your digestive tract or complaints. Identify the symptoms. Look at the playlist and try to identify which organ is deficient. I will keep making videos. What kind of symptoms you are going to have if you will have problem with gastritis and how to deal with that. If organ number 2 is damaged, liver, and what kind of symptoms you have and how to fix it. Organ number 3, it's going to be small intestine. What kind of symptoms you are going to see, and so on. So let's keep working. I hope the concept here is clear. If it's not, write to me. And what I will do, I will either create a video or I will, just create a new video on this topic. Okay, let's go. Bye-bye for now.